My name is Madou. I'm a staff solution architect at GitLab. And based on previous conversation with your team, I understand you're already using AI solutions. However, you are not able to get the full value of it and reach especially your productivity goal. So you are facing specific challenges that slow down your ability to deliver on time. So the first one is the growing technical debt that slow down delivery and of new features. The second one is security vulnerability found late in the development process. So they reach production too often and create a backlog of fixes that need to be added into the current sprint. Your engineers spend time on repetitive work. So they spend significant time on low value tasks like fixing broken pipelines instead of building new products. And the last one, of course, is that you already have AI into your organization, but the impact is very hard to show. So your leaders expect more results with fewer resources, and of course believes AI can solve everything. So all those are different challenges. So really create a poor developer experience within your organization, and of course could affect retention and productivity in your team. I will show you how GitLab GeoAgent platform, what we call DAP, solve all those specific issues. So what we call about DAP, it's really the natural evolution of the investment that we're doing with GitLab, because we are going to provide you a platform of autonomous agent that will transform your AI usage from a single suggestion that you have into your IDE to a complete workflow automation. And for that, we're going to today, so I'm going to go through five different scenarios that directly match with your challenges. So the first one is how we are going to help a developer to identify so high impact work instead of getting lost in a backlog of issue, and also address your needs for smart priority. Then we're going to see how we can unblock teams when CI/CD pipelines failed. So eliminate a wasted time that frustrates your engineer. After that, we are going to speed up implementation from gathering requirement to working code. And on that, we're going to see how this is going to increase your delivery velocity. Then after that, so the Procreate security remediation. So we're going to see how we can solve vulnerabilities without deprioritizing any work, really to be able also to reduce your security backlog and the vulnerability remediation. And at the end, I'm going to show how you will be able to ensure quality and security standard without creating any bottleneck, really to improve the view flow. So just before starting, do this different scenario match the priorities you want to address first, and especially your expectation from this meeting? So what we are going to do today, so just to be able to set the context, so I'm going to demonstrate Geo with one application from our demo group. This is this workshop, swag shop, that you can see the visualization here, which is a Python-based application that represents a typical production services. This gives us a realistic scenario to show how Duo works across the entire software development lifecycle. So as you can see here, there is this project, and you don't know what is into that project, but let's see how we can start to work very quickly. Just imagine you start the day, and from the day, as you mentioned, that your developer spend too much time figuring out what to work on first. So that's lead, of course, to waste time and also to misalignment of your priority. So let me show you how a developer can start very quickly their day with GitLab Duo. So I will open the GitLab Duo chat. I'm going to use a specific agent, which is the Daily Compass agent, and ask to provide quick wins on work on. So for that, so let me resynchronize my camera if it's working. Let's see. So yes, it's maybe a bit better, but that's okay. It's going to be better. That's okay. So now I'm going into my application. So on the application, usually what the developer is going to go from the issue. You are going to have a daily stand-up. You are going to have meeting. You need to have a lot of people to help everyone to be able to start into their task. For that, with GitLab Duo, it's very, very simple. I'm just going to go into my project where I have all the information. I'm going to open a chat with the daily compass that you can see here. And here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just ask to Duo to provide me quick wins, quick wins to work on now. And I push this. So when I'm doing this, and let me just, oops, here, open in bigger the code. So the agent is going to analyze the work item that is found into my project, is going to analyze my repository and the different vulnerabilities, and then is going to come with this analysis about what will be the quick win. And from this, you will be able to see that there is an immediate thing that needs to be done. For example, to be able to remove some credentials that existing into the code. I need to also fix a pipeline, and you see that here it's providing also some estimation time that need to be able to get invest, and other action to, yes, improve the quality of the code, adding new features, and to see also inventory management. So very quickly on that, it's providing some hint about, okay, what I need to do, for example, for today, to be able to address my so to address my day and to be able to work very efficiently with the other people on the team. So as you can see very quickly, so instead of a developer spending 30 minutes every day sorted out work, so you can use Duo to be able to provide you a context-based recommendation. So it's really based on what's happening into your project, the different interaction that you have within your team to be able to provide that list. And that kind of application is really addressed, so it addressed directly your goal to improve so developer efficiency and to recover the wasted time you mentioned. So on this, so let's go for the second scenario. On the second scenario, so you mentioned that translating the requirement to working code takes too long, and also so you are missing a delivery commitment. So here, so let's see how we are going to use this workflow, the issue to merge workflow, to be able to implement a dark mode. So we're going to first go and ask GitLab Duo to transform my idea into a user story, an issue. And then based on the issue, I'm also going to use GitLab to be able to transform this specification, this user story, in a working code and implement basically my features, my dark mode. So for that, so let's go back into GitLab here. So I have the different information where to start. And on that, what I'm going to ask here is, first of all, to ask to write me an issue to implement dark mode for better accessibility and push. So now that I'm doing that, same thing. is just Joe is now just not going to give me information, but is going to have a look into my entire code base and is going to create a well-structured issue description with different labels and with the different link for me to be able to have, as I mentioned, change what I have in my head into a requirement. So here you see there is some steps that I need to validate because there is one specific action that needs to be done. And I'm going to approve that because this is what I want here. And you can see that very quickly. So it's going to create the working item, which is the issue number 8 that we're going to open here. And from this issue, you see that we are able to have information about, okay, what is the dark mode, from the dark mode, the different information that need to take into consideration. So anything about more technical, for example, which aspect I would like to have with the dark mode, some acceptance criteria as well for me to be able to follow, and some technical notes that will be really interesting to also take into consideration. And you see that here, it's addressed to the same functionality that the 1 and the 7. So basically, as well, that is able to see if there is also some similarity in different issue that is going to get mentioned here. So you see that same thing. So instead of spending time to be able to really create that issue and all that part, very quickly, I have an idea and I ask Joe to be able to create that issue. Now that I have the issue, of course, usually I have the issue, and now the developer need to spend time to be able to understand this issue, to then to understand the base, the code base, then to implement the different elements, to go to probably to a browser, to internet, to also be able to understand, okay, what needs to be done with libraries I need to use, and what is the logic behind the scene, and is going to iterate to be able to debug in a lot of time instead to be able to basically implement this specification. For that, we don't have a lot of time, and I know that your time is very valuable. So now let's create the merge request with you. For this is exactly at this specific moment where the real time saving happening. I'm just going there and I'm pushing this button. By pushing this button, what's going to happen? I'm going to have an agent who is going to analyze the requirement from the issue, is going to analyze the code base, is going to create a comprehensive implementation plan for my project. And once it will be done, is going to create the branch, the merge request, the production ready code from my dark mode. When it's done, of course, because we're using the DevSecOps platform, is going to run the pipeline to be able to ensuring that everything is doing okay. And at the end, if everything is okay, I just have to go there to be able to review what has been done. And if everything is okay, I just have to merge that merge request to go after that into production. So, and everything is going to do in the background that you are going to see here. So it's going to act in the background. And basically, we're going to go back in a couple of minutes because all the information and all the session, especially on this aspect, is going to happen here, as you can see here. And we're going to go back in a couple of minutes to be able to see what will be the result. But as you can see, just because I have this integration with the AI, so what's going to take to a developer maybe a couple of hours, half a day, 1 day to implement, so the agent is able to do it in just a minute. And for the developer, for me, for example, this is something that's happening in the background, which means that I'm able to be able to do other tasks in parallel. And that's really important because this is exactly how we're going to impact directly your delivery velocity and help you to keep your sprint commitment. So it's really a challenge that you aligned, so your team aligned from the previous conversation. And I hope that will be basically solved those challenges. Do you have any question about that part? So once again, we are going to go back into the results in a couple of minutes. That's good. Okay, that's perfect. So now that while Geo is working on our dark mode implementation, we are going to go to see how we are going to fix a failed pipeline, because so your team say that a broken pipeline are a major source of their frustration and wasted time, because it's something that they have to do in the repetitive way. And of course that it will be important that we can eliminate, let's say, that repetitive work to be able to save some time. So on this, what I'm going to show you is how with you will be able to handle failed pipeline. So for that, we are going to find one merge request with a failed pipeline, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to fix it very quickly. So as my Joe is working, so I'm going into my pipeline, and especially here. So you see that I have a pipeline that is broken, and I have a pipeline that is broken. So usually what the developer is going to do is going to go to the log, and let me show how it looks like. I'm going to go to the log. From the log, I'm going to investigate into that log, which is more than 500 lines, to be able to see, okay, what is the root cause? When I have the information of the root cause, but I don't know exactly what is it, because I'm going to find error, I'm going to go to my browser to be able to search the fix or any Stack Overflow and forum. When I will be able to find a potential solution, I'm going to copy paste the information, go back into my code, do a checkout to get my code into my environment, implement and verify that everything is fixed. On that part, of course, I'm going to iterate until everything is okay. And at the end, I'm going to push the code, create the branch, the merge request, and so on. So as I mentioned it, so it's taking a couple of seconds, as you can see, a couple of seconds to say it, but in real, it's going to take a couple of minutes and maybe a couple of hours for your developers. And on that, to be able to do so with GitLab, it's very, very simple, because the only thing that we need to do is to be able to come here and to be able to click on this button. When I'm doing that, the agent is going directly to what failed. It's going to a contextual to analyze the root cause of the problem. When he analyzes the root cause of the problem, he's going to generate and commit the fix. And when everything is done, of course, he's going to run also the pipeline to be able to make sure that he's aligned with our different standards and that everything is okay. Same thing, this is a process that's going into the background. So in just a couple of minutes, I'm able to do two things at the same time: implementing a complex new features, the dark mode, and also fixing a pipeline at the same time. And as you can see here, it's really where we're going to sell so multiple hours per week, because pipeline is breaking, is broken. So every time, a lot of time. And basically now we have the solution to really automate and give to your engineer, to your developer, that time back for meaningful work. And same thing, it's going to take time, but it's not time that I'm taking, I'm doing as a developer. So we're going to see that when everything will be fixed, and we will be able to go back there. So we have seen how we can fix very quickly pipeline with this fix file pipeline flow. Would this type of automation free up a time for your senior engineer? So now it's not finished, because we are going to continue to doing a lot of things so in parallel. Now, how we are going to resolve a vulnerability very quickly. So you mentioned that security vulnerability is discovered after they reach production. And of course, it's very and they are very costly to fix and to basically prevent more work to your team. And this is important because, of course, it's going to block some sprints into your pipeline because you are going to have a huge backlog of vulnerability that you need to take into consideration, and is going to come into conflict with real added value features that you have as well to deliver. So for that, let me show you how with our security flow, you can really fix vulnerabilities very easily. So for that, I'm going to show you how GitLab is working to be able to show you the vulnerability reports from GitLab. And from those vulnerabilities, without opening any ID, I will show you how I will be able to fix it. So now, same thing. So I'm going to go back here into that section, which is the vulnerability reports. So this is the part within GitLab where we are able to see and to give you the current status of the risk and the vulnerability inside your project. On this project, you are going to have different vulnerabilities. As you can see, whatever it's secret detection, dependency scanning, and SAST. And the one that you are going to have a look is this specific one with SAST, where we are all the information about the vulnerability. Usually, what a developer is doing, so instead of going into that vulnerability list to be able to figure it out what to deprioritize to fix vulnerability, then there is some back and forth with the security team to understand the effectiveness of a vulnerability. Then there is an engineer who's going to take that vulnerabilities, or the lead developers first, that's going to take the issue to be able to plan these vulnerabilities. When it's done, they are going to come and to assign it to a developer. The developer is going to refactor the code to be able to put a fix in the vulnerabilities. And when it's done, you are need to review that vulnerabilities. You need to be able to ask as well a security engineer to come to be able to validate that everything is okay. Once again, as we discuss about that, a lot of time is going to happen, and you see that there is a different stakeholder that's going into the process. So here we are going to speed up that with GitLab Duo, and very easy to be able to resolve a vulnerability very quickly. For that, let's imagine that you are the security engineer, and from the security engineer, you have this vulnerability that you assess, and you say that this vulnerability needs to be fixed. So now that it needs to be fixed, you just have to go to click on this button, which is Resolve with AI. By doing that, what's going to happen is that Duo is going to analyze the vulnerabilities, analyze your base code, your code base. This is really important. This is part of the context. That is going to generate the fix, apply the fix, create the branch, the merge request, rescan the code from the pipeline inside that merge request to be able to validate that the vulnerability no longer exists. Same thing, it's just one click that I've done here, and that's it. So with vulnerability that consuming your backlog today and preventing a new work from being adding into the sprint, so this workflow will move you from detected to remediation in minutes and not months, and different people is going to get involved. And this is a significant reduction of your security risk exposure, and it directly support your compliance requirement to be able to avoid any vulnerabilities to reach production environment. So on this workflow, as you can see here, so what do you think? And you see that the changes has been applied easily, that I can of course review that information. And now I need just the pipeline to be able to run, to be able to fix that part. And this is a lot of things that, of course, we can go deep dive on that. for later, but this is really about the process, as I mentioned, that we're using really AI with click button to be able to make sure that not only developer will be able to act into your software delivery lifecycle, but really to enable anyone to be able to fix, to code, and to really act into your software factory. So now the last one that we are going to discuss is probably that it's about the code review. It's how we can use AI to be able to accelerate this code review, which is a best practice and which is not, now it's not nice to have into the process of any organization, is really a must have, especially with all the code that AI can generate. So for that, we're going to go back into and to see the implementation of the dark mode to see if the AI finished to implement it. And then based on that, we are going to see how we can use Duo to be able to review the code for us and provide some relevant suggestions. So let me go back into, first of all, my merge request. Uh, I'm going to check about the different agents. So as you can see, I have my agent that I find just 5 minutes to implement it. So the idea is that here you are going to see all the activities and everything that my agent has done, just for me to be able to understand what he has done if I need to debug or to, I don't know, document, for example, all the process, and also to learn from the Duo agent, because we are also here to learn and to understand what he has done and how we do it. So it's really good, especially from junior engineer. And if we have a look on the results, I'm going the results. So here you see that I have my draft, so the one that I've created. So with the link of the issue and the merge request that has been created. And from this merge request, I'm going to have a look into the app just to see what he has done. So here it's what I deployed into production, which is the current state. And this is the implementation that has been done by the agent. And as you can see, I have this button here, and let's click on that and see if it's working. Wow. So you see that is working. Just 5 minutes to be able to implement that. And if you see the different changes, it's done 3 changes. It touched more than, so almost 300 lines of code that has been changed on that part. And very easily, I will be able to see the results. So it's providing all the changes that he has done, of course, to be able to see that. But let's say that it's something that has been done by whatever, it's an AI, it's an agent, or it's a human. So what I would like is to be able to do a code review. So for that, everything is okay. And I would like to make sure that I applied some specific standard. And for that, I'm just going to go here and to assign to my merge request GitLab Duo. When I assign GitLab Duo to my merge request, so automatically GitLab Duo is going to review the merge request, and when it is done, it is going to provide me some suggestion. So it's going to provide me some suggestion based on some specific, let me show you here, some specific instruction that I've defined inside my code. So I have here all about Geo. I have my merge request instruction, and here I have some specific instruction because it's something that is linked to my organization, for example. And you see that I have all the instruction that Geo is going to follow to be able to review my code. So it's going to provide a recommendation based on this information to be able to do a code organization feedback, HTML improvement, and so forth, and so on. So if we go back to the merge request, and let's see if it's finished, or it's going to take here a bit of time. Let me just refresh and making sure that it's still working because it's reviewing absolutely everything. And in a couple of seconds, you are going to see that is going to suggest a lot of things. just I'm going to go back there, so just later. But what usually when you talk about code review and code review need, first of all, I don't know, maybe 24 hours or 48 hours for assignment to approvals. So with GitLab Duo, you will be able to get immediate feedback on quality, security, or any standard compliance that you have into your organization. That means that your more senior engineer can really focus on designing the standard and architectural so guide, so rather than doing the first pass of validation. That's also really important because you give this flexibility and this autonomy to your developer. So does it this, so yes, taking about time, but as it's running, so how this workflow fit into your current review process? And as you can see, he's finished to see the review. And as it has been generating with the well standard, and this is exactly what was expected, as you can see, GitLab Duo is happy with what it has done. It tell me nice work. So now I'm able to just mark my code as this is okay. And I will be able to merge my code to go into production. So that's quite good, and that was really, really powerful about these capabilities. And everything that you have seen is possible, and why GitLab is also the best platform for doing all this work is really about this GitLab, what we call the knowledge graph, because because the agent not only know about single file one-on-one, but is really understand the full application architecture. So with this technology, so we are able to map issue, merge requests, vulnerabilities, file dependencies, and any relationship across your entire code base. And that's information, that knowledge graph, it's give to any AI agent to understand the full context, to be able to work more efficiently into your code. So to sum up and to reconnect about everything that we have seen today and to show to what we address, how we address your specific challenges, is that so we manage, you reduced, so basically you wanted to reduce a technical debt by create a distraction. So for that, Geo helps to increase velocity while developer focus on high value work. You had some backlog of security vulnerabilities blocking some of your sprint. So GitLab Duo help to eliminate this backlog and resolve vulnerabilities while also helping identify and fix future vulnerability before they reach production. Then it has been mentioned that your senior developer losing time on repetitive work. So now they can delegate some necessary work like fixing a broken pipeline to Duo, for example, or also the first pass of review the code. That's going to give them more work where they can focus on building new product and new features. And also something that we haven't discussed, but probably this is something that we can do in another session, is about the fact that you struggled by show the impact of the AI. And because we have GitLab and we have all your software delivery lifecycle, we're able to capture the overall impact and also your team's delivery velocity. So here, why GitLab? Why GitLab Duo is really a good partner for you is that for a couple of reasons. So the first one, so agent, so understand the entire project thanks to knowledge graph, which is important. The second one is that the security is built, security and AI are built into the platform. It's not something that we put on top. It's really integrated within the platform. With GitLab as well, we support so multiple deployment options that fit that can fit different infrastructure needs. So whatever is on the cloud, or to be able to have an GeoAI platform completely air-gapped and disconnecting from internet. So this is something that we can provide. So our unified data model, that means that your data is in one place, and it's also helped to better feeding AI outcomes. And this will give you the best option as well to be able to track the impact of your team efficiency. So not only to create the code, but really from the idea to the deployment, you are going to be able to follow everything and to demonstrate the value. So as a result, with GitLab Duo, you will be able to ship secure software faster, reduce cost from developer repetitive work, for example, and late-stage security fixes, and improve the developer experience that impacts, of course, retention. So thank you for your time. So I hope this presentation give you a good overview on what we can do and how GitLab can help you to really go to the next level. So on this, two questions that I would like to ask you to answer. First one, so which workflow resonate most with your challenges your team is currently facing? And the most important is which productivity metrics you want to improve first with GeoAgent platform.